It's not supposed to be easy winning titles. I saw you just collapse to the turf at full time. How much did that demand from you?
Yeah, it was tough. It was very intense, very physical, and especially for me playing 90 again was tough. But we did everything we could, and we got the win, and that was the most important thing today, to bounce back with a win. And I thought we did well, to get over the line and get the 3 points, which was the main thing.
Talk us through the corner routines today. We've seen you go long to great effect all season. I wondered, would it have been a late decision when you see the big lineup that Eddie House picked?
I mean, we practice it all. We practice a short one, we practice first post, second post, everything, and that's our quality. We can score in so many different ways, and today we did it brilliantly. I thought we were quite dangerous a few more times as well, so credit to the work we do at the training ground,
How much nerve almost does it take to keep doing it? Because you could almost sense people getting irritated with you doing it for a third time, but I guess corners 1 and 2 sort of open up that space for third time, and then obviously Ez's quality is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the stadium was a bit annoyed that we took it short a few times.
They were.
But it paid off in the end, and a great finish from Ed, so it was brilliant.
Physically, how demanding is it? I referenced you dropping to the turf. Obviously, looks like you've lost Kai today, lost Ebbs as well. For all of you, does it feel like you're right on the brink, you're really having to push yourselves?
I mean, the schedule is crazy, but it is what it is, and we're used to it. We just have to keep going, and it's the end of the season, so just leave everything out that we have inside, and just fight every single game and for every single win, and we did that today, and we just have to keep going, look for the next game now, and win again and keep going.
And of course, like for so much of this season, tonight when you look at the table, you'll see Arsenal on top of the league, and that's the be-all and end-all, right?
Yeah, that's where we want to be. But it's going to go all the way to the end, and we're ready for it. We're going to fight every single day, and looking forward to it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, Martin Odegaard with a pretty honest reflection there. It's just grinding them out, isn't it? Just ticking them off. Mikel Arteta said 5 games, got to win them all. And this mini-season started tonight against Newcastle, and the clean sheet was everything. And that set-piece goal, the set pieces which have been so crucial to Arsenal, have helped them over the line here against Newcastle to take advantage at the top. Once there was very little in the game, 11 shots from Arsenal, 13 to Newcastle. Their shot count did dry up a little bit in that second half, but they still managed to create a big chance for Visser, which blazed over. That would have had City fans hopping, and Arsenal with less possession as well, 45% to Newcastle's 55%. It was all about the moments, and Arsenal managed to create a moment and finish the moment, which has been your mantra, I think, all day today, Paul. It was just about getting over the line.
Yeah, it sounded a lot easier saying it than doing it. I don't know.
Was it harder than you actually expected it to be today?
Yeah, I don't get it too often, but I could get the feeling. Even I was getting involved. The nerves were setting in, and it's not a nice watch. And I don't mean that in a horrible way with the team. I just think it's very, very nervy, very nervy. It's been so long that it's sort of unenjoyable, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Like, you should be enjoying these moments, but it's hard to enjoy at the moment because it is just so nervy. And that's with the players, that's with the fans, that's with everybody. I'm not blaming anybody. It's not enjoyable at the moment. It's hard.
But this isn't new, Jamie. This has been the case for quite a few weeks now coming here, hasn't it?
Years.
2 years. 2 years, you're right, Paul. I totally agree. And you can tell yourself all you like. Pressure is a privilege. We're giving ourselves such an opportunity. But actually, when you're out there, sometimes fear can strangle you. It can take over you. And all the simple things that normally you just do because you've done it since you were 10, 11 years of age, you find so difficult. And that's what's happening with Arsenal right now. Individual mistakes or players maybe not having that final pass. And it just suffocates you. It stops you being the player that you are. And that's why it was so important today that there was one outstanding moment of real quality by Eberechi Eze that was the real difference. An absolutely incredible moment, exactly what they needed. And then you've got the back four to just hang on to that lead, and a fantastic goalkeeper. A massive 3 points. And it's going to go on an awful... If they hadn't won today, you just couldn't see a way back for them. But right now, they've given themselves a great chance, and they can build on this now and get back to that winning run, because I think they're going to have to go perfect to the end of the season.
And isn't that ultimately, Paul, what it comes down to in these really tense games, in these really tense moments when Arsenal and Manchester City are both trying to win the league? It's those players with X factor, with a little bit of magic in their boots, who can make a difference, like a Cherki for Manchester City, and like an Eze, who could be that guy for Arsenal.
Well, that's what they bought him for. They bought him for that magic. He's got the magic. He's a very talented footballer. Plays with a lot of freedom. He plays with a lot of freedom. Not many people score that goal. You know, professional footballers, you can take it many times. To get that the way he hit it against a very good goalkeeper in Pope, he's the X factor. You need to get the X factors on the pitch, and they're the ones who make the difference. You know, you'll get your players that run around, you'll work hard, and they'll be great for the team. But you have to that little bit of magic. You have to, otherwise nothing ever happens. So for me, you know, he's paid back everything in one go.
Let's have a look how they managed to create an opening for Abiri Eze on the edge of the box. And Jamie, this is something that we noticed in the first 9 minutes. They took 3 short corners, 6 before this all season, and it was almost like every time Odegaard was reinforcing the points to Madueke, because often we'd see Saka swing these in.
Because
keep going short.
Exactly right, because what they're expecting, obviously, with Gabriel and Saliba at the back post, they're going to swing that one in. They're not expecting the short corner, and they're actually thinking, well, okay, we're fine, we've got a good position here. Eze has a shot on it, you know, on his left foot there, which is not his favoured foot. Now this one, it works perfectly because they're actually thinking not going to do it again. You can see Havertz find himself in a really good position. He keeps the ball, sets it back perfectly, and Eberici Eze, just watch how he opens his body up here, because he knows this time he wants it to be on his right foot. Just keep your eye on him. You can see that they feed it into Havertz. Now he's got an enormous amount of space if he can lay it back. He just opens his body now. Now he's just starting to creep and just say, right, pass it onto my right foot this time. That short step to the left, and then he hits that so well. And as he hits it, you can already see he knows he's off. His body's taking him that way. That's flying into the top corner. Wonderful, wonderful technique.
Just to be clear, is all that movement, do you think, choreographed, so they know if they can get Odegaard out there, they can get the marker to follow him, that will open up a little gap for Havertz, who knows behind him is Eze waiting?
Oh, 100%. But fair play to Madueke and Odegaard, because the fans are getting restless after 2 of them. The first one went horribly wrong. Second one weren't great. But yeah, it's all done to take everybody in for him to be there on his own. And it's just a phenomenal finish. It's worthy of winning any football match, you know. And he's done that today. And that's what he was bought for. He was bought for them moments, because not many people on that football pitch could do what he done today.
Do you think his football looks less tense than some of his teammates?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit. I think as well, Odegaard as well. I felt at times it wasn't necessarily his best game, but I always felt when he had the ball, there was a bit of calmness about it. You know, he tried to find the right pass, and when Bukayo came on for the last 10, 15 minutes, they linked up nicely. But it's difficult. It's very easy for us to sit here. I've been in that position trying to win titles and giving away goals in the last minute, and set pieces, maybe someone hurting you, and you're thinking, we're so confident here, we should win, and all the messaging, and you can have all the videos, all the positive, you know, information given to you. Pressure can take hold of you, and the fact that they managed that game at the end was a great indictment of what they're trying to do here. Now, and I'm sure the manager will let's just keep ticking them off. Yes, you want to win 2-3-0 if you can, and try and get your goal difference up, because it might come down to goal difference. But right now, the objective was to get 3 points. They did that with a moment of magic.
Did that matter, that they didn't push on?
You know, well, when he scored the goal, I said to you, I went, it could be 3 or 4 or 5. Not really. I mean, long as they got over the line, I think if they'd have gone and scored late on Newcastle and drawn 1-1, and we'd be sitting here going, why didn't they go for it? But no, it was so important just to win today. Just important. I'm pleased for Eze, because, you know, it's been hard for him in ways. You know, he played at Aston Villa away, and he fell asleep at the far post, and Cash put it in. Never played for a while.
It's only the second time that he and Odegaard have been in the starting lineup since then.
Yeah, and that just tells you, I think now it's one of them where Mikel's got to go, you know what, I've got to get my talent on the pitch now. It's gone past that now where we're going to be tight and we're going to be solid, nick a goal. He's got to get his talent on. And today I thought Odegaard just gives you that calming influence. When he gets on the ball, he's good in tight spaces, and he just plays the game at his pace, never panicked. You know, he hasn't got back to the heights where he has at the moment, but that was good enough today. You know, he's a calming influence on the team.
We talked about game management, Jamie, just a moment ago. Still, there was a lot of Arsenal fans that were drawing breath when Voltemada manages to fashion a little chance that Visser goes through, and it almost is the equalising goal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good piece of play. Voldemar just keeps hold of it. You can see there that Arsenal are deep. Voldemar finds himself in a nice bit of space. Visser makes a good movement, just can't keep it down. All he has to do is hit that one into the ground. Even if he scuffs it, it goes in. But there was a huge sigh of relief, as you say, Dave. I think that's pretty much showed up his season, really. That has lovely play.
Well done.
See it.
Congratulations. Mikel Arteta has just joined us. You don't want to watch that.
Heart attack there.
What was your feeling when you saw the ball just landing at Visser's foot there?
Yeah, there were a lot of balls to watch, to be fair. That was the biggest chance that they had. But overall, yeah, we got the results that we wanted, and we are very happy.
How tense were those final moments?
Yeah, 1-0, and against this team, I think they made 5 subs. It felt like they made 10 subs. They kept bringing players in, and you see, you have the necessity to win the game. The margins are very, very, very short, and I think we got through it.
What did you think of your team's performance, though, today?
There were moments in the first half, there were moments in the second half. Certainly we had so much discipline and courage and great habits defensively, but with the ball there are moments that we have to do much better. We want to be much more dominant in the game.
With the ball? Or,
yes,
yeah.
With the ball, yeah.
And in what areas particularly?
In many areas, in the way that we don't finish actions, the amount of time that we get into positions, that we have to have some end product and get set in the final third and continue there, and the play breaks up. But the important thing is the reaction to those plays when that happens.
Mikel, it's only the second time Odegaard and Eze have played together. Is that now like all in, get your best players on the pitch, or is it just the way it's just worked out?
Well, they haven't been available much in this season, so that's been a big part, I think, with Kai and Bukayo. They never played together, which is incredible. So we had to manage a lot of situations this season. Let's see, we have lost a few players tonight as well, but the good thing is that the team continues to compete.
Mikel, the goal, the set piece, took 3 times to get there, third time lucky. Obviously something that you'd worked on just to get Eberechi Eze just so that on the edge of the box free. You scored against Newcastle earlier in the season from a short corner. Was that something that you'd obviously worked on to open up that corridor?
We have to be very unpredictable in everything that we do in the game, and obviously when you look at the size, the physicality that they have, the way they defend, we believe that it was a big opportunity for us there to exploit, even though the crowd reacted in the first and the second way in certain way, which is understandable, but we do things because we believe they're going to give us value, and it was a great action, to be fair.
This is why you signed Eze in the first place.
Yeah, at the end the ball has to arrive. You can do anything, the ball has to arrive to the right play in the right position, and if that's the case, then the chances of this happening are bigger.
Was your plan for them 3 corners bang short every time, or would you leave that to the players for that? Because obviously when the first one doesn't work, the fans get restless, and then the next one, it was all right, he has a shot, but it takes some to do it again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Was that the plan? Just keep on doing that?
But that's the courage that we demand to the player, because we can put it direct, and Pope is really good. He can catch it, he can counter with the 3 front players that they have, and it might don't go well. So if we believe it's the best thing to do it. And if you make a mistake, an error, it's part of football, do it again.
Mikel, just a couple more for you. How difficult is it when you've got the lead to get that balance between protecting it because of so much that is at stake and going to try and make it more comfortable for yourself and for the fans?
The half-time was clear, go and get the second one, but as I said, we didn't finalize enough action. We had openings. There is obviously a really debatable no red card for the second time in 2 games, because against City we should have played against 10 men with 1-1 again.
You thought Nick Pope was
yes, and I would just watch it back, and for me it's crystal clear, because if that happens with Pope inside the goal and the defender is outside, he fouls, and there's a red card.
Personally, I thought Eucharist stopped, and that's why I didn't think he got sent off, because when the ball goes over, he thinks that Pope's going to clear it, he misses it, and then he goes again, and then that's why I thought maybe he didn't get sent off. That's why, because he stops.
But he stops the trajectory and the run and the speed.
Yeah, but if he'd have carried on running, I think you never know. I think, I thought that was a 50-50.
Eze and Havertz, how are they?
Let's see. At the moment, they have to be looked after, but hopefully they're going to be okay.
1 down?
1 down, 4 to go. And now we have to go to Madrid with desperate to go, because that's such a beautiful moment for us.
We wish you well. Thank you for talking to us.
Congratulations
on this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because it all is all about just chalking them off, isn't it? As he said at this point of the season for Mikel Arteta, and there is obviously concern in the camp about. Oh, still got a bit of talent. There is obviously concern in the camp about two of their better attacking players in Eze and Havertz.
Yeah, it's not, and it makes it more difficult because at least when you've got an option to come off the bench and you need that striker, whether you start with Havertz, which does feel like the better option out of the two, otherwise it puts an enormous amount of pressure. You know, maybe you could play someone else up front. You could even think about maybe playing Eze as like a false nine, so he could come into areas as well. But you'd like to have that other one as an option. So it didn't look good, to be honest. Eze maybe less so, he might be okay, but I didn't feel that Havertz was going to be okay for a couple of weeks, but I'm not a doctor.
But he was really honest there, wasn't he? And that is not a manager that's pleased with the way his team's performed this evening.
Yeah, I understand what he said. I mean, the one for me was when Gyökeres went down the left. He's just got to roll it across.
Yeah.
It's, you know, them little moments, you know, that they could have gone up the other end and scored then. You've got to take care of them moments. And I think it's concentration. Again, nerves gets the best of you. You ask any footballer, if it's one thing you could bottle up, it'll be confidence. And sometimes for a team at the top of the league and in the semi-final of the Champions League, they don't have that swagger. You know, they don't have that, you know, you're not going to beat us. We're going to steamroller you. And I think that's the biggest worry at the moment. But you know, they got to get together and go. Semi-final of the Champions League and 3 points clear with 4 games to go is some going for a phenomenal. You know, fair play to them.
Yes, but it's because of where they were, isn't it? That everyone's getting a little bit
they've
very
done it 4
tense.
years, they've done it 3 years on the trot. That's the problem.
Now, and he thinks, of course, it could have been easier because he is, as you heard, is convinced that Nick Pope should have been sent off for this incident for denying a goal-scoring opportunity. And Merce, we heard your argument as well. And the VAR had another look at it, and they were of the view that the Newcastle defender there is going to stop Gyökeres having a shot on goal.
When Gyökeres, is what I said to Mikel, if you watch now, he stops, look. And that's why. And
he
then
stops, but he's trying to get round him, but he can't, can he?
Yeah, but he gives up because he thinks that Pope's going to get the ball, and then he stops, and then he misses it, and he goes, I'm going to go now. And then he pulls him down. But I don't personally think... I don't think that's a stonewall sending off, in my opinion.
It wouldn't have surprised me one bit if he'd have sent him off. I think I can see why, you know, Malik Chow has gone, he's sort of covering ground, but he stops himself. Don't get me wrong, he's extremely quick, but you can't judge it on how quick somebody is. It's just what's going to happen with the action. But I can see why, if he'd have sent him off, I don't think there'd been too many complaints.
But it's not a clear and obvious opportunity. He's got a lot to do. He's not going to get there and then just roll it into the net. There's a lot to do. You know, he's got to beat the defender.
The question is the defender getting there first?
I don't think
they both stop. They both stop. I don't know. I think that's the problem.
He
there.
has to stop Paul because he's getting fouled there.
Well, and then he gets sent off then when he does that, if he runs quickly, but he doesn't. He goes and he stops. Yeah, it's done now. I mean, yeah, I didn't think it was stonewall, in my opinion. There was a lot to do. The ball's out. It's a long way into the thing. He's not going to wait it and roll it in from 30, 40 yards on the right-hand side. So for me, it wasn't clear and obvious.
It would have been a much louder,
clear and obvious opportunity to score.
A louder and longer debate had Newcastle actually got back
then
into
I would
the game.
have said sending off.
Then you would have said absolutely a red card.